Am I live? Is it on? Hey, everybody. If you guys can hear me, write something into the chat. I can never tell if I'm like live or. So if you guys can hear me, go ahead, throw something in the chat. Nothing fancy. Oh, it's some people in here. Okay. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Let me make sure that I actually. I feel like the last chat, I forgot to take it off of private. So nobody knew that I went live. I'm so bad at going live. Oh, okay. Hey, Wavy. Hey, Danielle. All right. I just wanted to talk about Ben and Morgan because that's been a hot button topic in my comment section. Nobody ever agreed with me. I was told I was wrong. My comments about it were awful. I had some people tell me that I need to rethink my thought process because everybody else disagreed with me. So they didn't understand why I didn't like change my thought process. So, but we will get into all of that. Hey, Monique. Hey, girl. Monique, it's crazy. Your profile picture, you look like this girl that I was friends with in college, and her name is Monique, and you look exactly like her. So whenever you pop up, because I don't remember her married name, I always think it's her until I look closer at the picture. So did everybody watch Married at First Sight this week? Or did y'all just come to hang out? Either way is fine. Hey, the Davidsons. I'm looking to the side at my iPad, y'all, so don't mind that. Hey, Mocha. Mocha Mima. I like that. You watched some of it. Okay. This season is a snooze, y'all. This season is a drag. I am I'm pushing through it, but this season is boring to me. Super, super, super boring. Hey, net player. Hey, Boston Cheryl. It's a mess. Dumpster fire. That's the best way to describe it. Dumpster fire. I don't know, and I don't think it's bad matches. I think people just have awful personalities. I think they just have awful personalities. Wavy, you don't watch. You just catch the reviews. Okay, that's cool. The last 3 episodes, it's I don't know. I don't know. I promise if I didn't do recaps, I would not be watching the show. I would have tapped out this season a long, long time ago. Thumbs up the video if you guys can, as you guys come in. See if we can get a few more people to come in. It is boring, the Davidsons. It's just boring. And I feel like they tried to like hype up like Lindy being crazy, and they tried to hype up Morgan being crazy, and she didn't need no help. Like Kristen's person. Kristen seems to have a good head on her shoulders. She does. I mean, I question her previous relationship and how that all went, how she chose to navigate that. So I do question that, but she's by far the most mature. Why would they hook Kristen up with that man? I think a lot of times when production matches these people together, they want to find people that they feel are gonna like help raise the other one, and I just don't think they should. Unless when Mitch was in his unless when Mitch was in his like casting whatever, unless he was just a complete different person. Because I mean, he did tell her this past episode that she hasn't seen the worst yet, or it's gonna get worse, or he's not as intense yet. Him and Lindy, it's like they itching to show their asses, and I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. I mean, she didn't. But I mean, because I don't go in on every recap and say she's crazy, she's awful, blah blah blah. People swear that I was like on her side. Y'all knew she was crazy. We didn't have to say it every episode. We didn't have to. We didn't have to. I got something. We might have a moment like that later. We might. Hey Rasta. The hat. Okay. The hat. So I was watching the episode. I don't really live tweet anymore because it's hard to like take notes and live tweet. But I was watching the episode and I feel like I was like looking down, writing something down, and I looked up and she had this hat on. And at first I was like, maybe it's cold, maybe it's a little chilly out. San Diego gets a little cool, but she never took it off. So I got on Twitter and everybody was like, why is she wearing that hat? I just mm, mm, mm. I feel like Lindy wants to play up being crazy though. That's what I think. I think she wants to play up being crazy. Should it be continued? I think I watch Married at First Sight from a different lens. So I was actually talking to my brother about it because my brother is who got me into the show, him and his wife. I watched Married at First Sight not to see a bunch of successful marriages. I don't watch it because I think people are going to truly, truly fall in love at first sight. It's entertainment to me. It is truly and utterly entertainment. I don't think anything of it. I feel like with as far as the failure rate versus the success rate, if you're signing up for this show, you know that already. You should. You should have researched the show. So I feel like at this point where we're on season 15, if somebody is coming onto this show, you're not truly coming on here because you think that you're going to fall in love. You're not coming on here because you actually think you're going to find your forever love. These people are coming on for the check and they're coming on for exposure, something to do. You hear a lot of people saying that they come on like they want to finish the experience. I mean, if the show was doing ratings, if it's doing, let it do. If it's going, let it go. I see no reason to. It'll fizzle out eventually. Because if I was Kristen and I walked in that Roach Motel, that would have been my decision day. That would have been my decision day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's not like um it's not like he's junky. It's not like maybe he's just messy. It's not even like he's just like he has clutter. He had filth. He had filth that he was proud of. He had filth that he was proud of. And that was the most like shocking and upsetting part about the whole thing. Why you being nasty? I just like why isn't your stove clean? I'm looking in my kitchen right now, and I would be so uncomfortable and so mortified if just in general my stove was dirty. right? Then you bring in the fact that this is your new spouse. You're bringing this person into the equation. Then you have a camera crew in the equation. Like, where is the shame? Where is your shame? Where is the shame? His bathroom was filthy. I don't did we even see his bedroom? Everything about it was disgusting to me. Then he had that like random ass room that he just had stuff in. No, 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 no. Hey Bree. Yeah, I watch for the drama. I mean, that's what I feel like that's what all reality shows are. I watch Housewives for the drama. I watch Ready, what is it? Put a Ring on It for the drama. I'm binge watching Housewives of Potomac right now because I want to be caught up by Sunday for the new season. I watch that solely for the drama. That's what reality TV is. Unless it's a game show, it's about drama. I feel like that's what everybody just kind of has to once you realize that these shows are purely for entertainment, purely for drama, they're not truly trying to really honestly and truly match these people up and give them their forever love and their last first date and all that stuff, you'll enjoy it a whole lot more. Right. And I mean, we live in a world now where everybody wants a following. I ask y'all every video to go ahead and subscribe. Like that's the era that we're in. If you're put in front of people, you want the followers, you want the subscribers, you want the following. So like I really and wholly honestly and truly believe these people are going on to this show, a lot of them for the exposure. If you happen to get meshed with somebody that you rock and sock with, it's a bonus. It's just a bonus. Um, no. I don't think I can take doing two married at first sights. It's a lot of TV to watch. It's a lot of TV. 2 hours is a lot. I work a 9 to 5. I got a real job too outside. Well, I don't say real. I have a traditional corporate job outside of YouTube. So I work 7 to like 4:30. We're back in the office. Now I got travel time. Got to travel from downtown. Downtown is downtown. No matter what city you're in, it's still going to be busy. Then to come home, watch 2 hours of TV. I do 5 videos. I can't do another. I can't do another Married at First Sight. Why didn't hit family about being dirty? Because I feel like they're used to it, or maybe they have. I mean, how do you? I feel like you can tell somebody you might need to clean up your kitchen, bruh. But if that person doesn't do it, it's out of my hands. Live nasty if you want to. I don't have to come over there. I don't have to come over there. I'm not even gonna get into it because y'all, those of y'all that do watch like the reviews every week, y'all know how I felt about that shower. I point out how nasty Mitch is every single week. It is disgusting. 2 rooms in your house, your apartment should be pristine. The kitchen and the bathroom. Mitch failed both. He failed at both of those. It's for show. It's for show. It's for ratings. I promise y'all, if y'all start watching the show, like solely looking at it as entertainment, you will be in a much better place when you're watching the show. How could Mitch want to change Kristen's appearance? We wouldn't even wear a shirt. That's what I didn't get. Um, he really showed out because she wanted him to wear like a little blue and white striped shirt or a black shirt, whatever it was. I mean, it's better than the shit he wears. I mean, no shade, but it's not exactly like Mitch is like GQ. He's not Fashion Week. So for him, what I think what really bothered me too was the fact that he's acting like she had on so much makeup. Like she had on so much makeup. I have on makeup now. If I go wash my face, I'm going to look the same because this is the amount of makeup that Kristen is wearing on a daily basis. Now, when I go out, if I'm on a date, if I went to my class reunion, a couple weeks ago. That type of stuff you have on a full face down. She's wearing basic makeup. It looked like she has on a little bronzer and some eyeliner. She's not whipped and dipped. She's just not. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I almost feel like that was editing to make it seem worse than it was. But I also feel like Kristen has to learn to open her mouth. Kristen has to learn to open her mouth and speak up because you're not going to sit right here next to me and eat like that because we're adults. We're adults. Have a little truth about yourself. But Kristen, she has to open her mouth and speak up. Don't ask him, have you always eaten like this? Tell him stop slurping those noodles. That's how you do it. I mean, he was doing too much. I can't hear people eat though. I'm a person that I can't hear you smack. I don't like to hear people pop gum. I don't like to hear it. I don't like to hear people break like mints in their mouth. Like, why are you chewing on your Tic Tac? Why are you breaking your lifesaver? Like, I don't like to hear any like food noises with the mouth because it's like it's unnecessary to do. Monday, and oh, I'm definitely not watching a show this twice a week. No. Nope, nope, nope. No, we don't need all that. We don't need that much married at first sight in the house. Oh, thank you, Jen. I know everybody thinks I'm way younger than I am. I don't think I look that young. I don't. I know I don't look old, but I certainly don't think I look that young. But thank you. Right? I get annoyed with myself if coffee is hot or like if I have to slurp some tea because it's too hot. It bothers me. So imagine hearing another person. I can't. I can't. Cuz why are your teeth so strong and so hard? I have small teeth for one, but I have like very sensitive teeth. Like I don't bite popsicles. I don't like anything super cold. I don't chew on ice. I just all of that stuff thinking about it just sent like a chill through me. Don't bite your lifesaver. It's hard for a reason. It is meant to be sucked. If you want to chew a lifesaver, get the gummy ones. I hate when people break stuff with their teeth like that. It's childish. There's no way I would have slept with him. I'm telling you, that would have been it for me. The same way that last season when Mark had bed bugs, that would have been it. I'm sorry. And I know like they may have said that that's superficial. I don't care. I don't live nasty. I don't live nasty. So I'm not going to be with somebody else that does. We can't have that type of situation going on because I'm never going to be comfortable. I have to be comfortable. I want to feel like if I'm sitting up in your house, I'm not going to have to constantly be on guard looking to make sure nothing comes running up the walls. You know what I mean? So I can't. I didn't grow up with roaches in my house as a child. I can't, some people like to say, oh, we had a couple of children, not over here. Not over here. I can't relate. I don't want to relate. Clean up after yourselves. We are old enough to. It takes 15 minutes after you cook to simply clean up. Clean as you go. My mama always taught me clean up as you go. His feet, I don't want to seem rude, but some of their feet are always dirty because people love to walk around barefoot. I'm not a barefoot type of person. Like, I don't walk through my apartment barefoot. I always have on some socks. Like, don't y'all feet be cold? Doesn't that hurt constantly walking on like? Because I have hardwood floors. Doesn't that hurt? The slurping, the filth, being searched. Well, obviously, the searching for coins in the sofa was staged. That was meant to. Ben looking in the couch for change was just meant to play up how cheap he is. That was obviously staged. Oh, thank you, Tamika, for the super sticker. Okay. It's wild. Mitch is so crass and apparently is weird in the bedroom and has the audacity to try and change Kristen's appearance on a conversation with her sister. I don't know why he said that, but I also really feel like he did tell her sister because he wanted it to get back to her. Because why wouldn't you talk to your sister-in-law about that? Why wouldn't you talk to any of your female friends about that? Why would you tell her sister who you know is going to call her? Mitch wanted that to get back to her. Just the nerve. The nerve. Now, if she tell him shave that half a hair you got going on, then how is he gonna feel? You got a roof. You got a sunroof going up there. Shave the rest of that hair off. Now, if she tells him that, he's gonna have a fit about it. Mitch is a person who doesn't mind being rude to people. Like when they were in therapy and he told her, I'm gonna always remind you of the dark side. Don't. Because if I'm eating a hamburger, I don't need you to remind me of the baby cow that died for it. You know what I mean? If I want to make some bacon, I don't need you to remind me of Babe that got slaughtered for it. Nobody needs to always hear the dark side of things. Miss me with it. He's so irritating. They didn't on the last episode. They told Dr. Pepper that they wanted to get a divorce. Well, on one hand, it is a compliment, right? It is a compliment when your spouse likes you or when anybody likes you in your natural element. Right when you woke up, when you can truly say, I woke up like this. That is a compliment. But Mitch is doing it in a very backhanded, round-away type of scenario. It's not him saying when she doesn't have makeup on, wow, you are so beautiful. You are so beautiful right when you wake up. You are so beautiful without your nose on or without putting all the extra on. He's not doing that. He's basically saying, okay, I see how you're looking now, but I think you look better when you don't have all that shit on your face and when you don't straighten your hair. Let's go to that. Because then I'll be attracted to you. That's what he's doing. And like it's just rude. It's a shitty thing to do. Shitty thing to do. What else do you guys have on Kristen and what's his name? Mitch. Anything else on Kristen and Mitch? You guys ready to move on to the next couple? Let me check both. Make sure you guys are thumbsing up the video. Oh, I have to refresh my screen. Yeah. Make sure you guys are thumbsing up the video if you can. All right, let's talk Stasha and Nate. How do you guys feel about them? I know some of y'all think they look alike. I don't see it, but how do y'all feel about Stasha and Nate? So I know, looking at my notes. So I know the cheating thing was a big thing in my comments. So on the one hand, I personally do subscribe to once a cheater, always a cheater, because it is the truth. But at my age, because I am 38, right? Just turned 38 on Tuesday. So I am 38. I have cheated before. Back when I was 20 and 21 in that relationship, I have cheated before. Is that something that I would tell my spouse? I guess if they asked, but I don't think that it defines me almost 20 years later. So the fact that Nate is looking at Stasha as if she cheated on somebody 2 years ago, I think is crazy. I really think it's crazy. And then I had some people in my comments try to put the if it was if the roles were reversed and blah, 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 I would still feel the same way. I would still feel the same way. Stasha is 37 years old. She said that 10 plus years ago, which means she was probably 23, 24. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, I also kind of feel like if you're not married, then it's not cheating. Or should I say, is if you're not married, I don't think that it is the end all be all. I don't. But that's just me. That's just me. Let me see. Mitch seemed like the type to complain about your makeup and you change it. To complain about your makeup, then you change the next thing you know, it's been 10 years relationship with a partner who degrades you constantly. Yes. Yes. He's gonna always find something wrong with her. As long as she can get over him making probably a third of what he claims. I feel like he must really make the 150K because Stasha seems like a person that does her Googles. So I am willing to bet that Stasha went and researched him and put up his job and asked to see bank statements. I feel like she must have did all of that because there's no way that she would still be with him unless she is just very, very okay with him making less than her. I think Stasha is so desperate to be married that Nate could be making $50,000 and she would be okay. Yeah, I'm tired of the soft porn. I am. I'm tired of it with them. There's so many other things, exercises that they could have done to show or like to exercise trust. I just thought that was weird. Nate said he is not. He said he did not know if any of his relationships had cheated on him, but he himself, he said he's never cheated. Stasha is too insecure. She is. But I'm telling y'all, Stasha only wants to be married because she wants a baby and she does not want to have a baby out of wedlock. Stasha wants to be married so she can say, Stasha wants to be married so she can say, I had a baby with my husband. That's what I think. That's what I think, at least. You thought she looked drunk. I think Dr. Pepper is tired of doing this show. And I think because Dr. Pepper is I think because Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal are older, they're having a harder time connecting with the people on this show. And I think they're having a harder time getting the people on the show to connect back with them. He definitely asked her, but that's why I think for the people that say that she was trying to hide it, I don't think she was. I think if Nate would have said point blank, Stasha, have you ever cheated? I think she would have answered honestly. She seems very, very sure of herself. She seems like a person that is going to answer whatever it is you're asking her. She just doesn't seem like somebody that's going to lie about something in the past because she just don't care. She's over it. She's over it. Once a cheater, that's it. That's it. If you can acknowledge that you cheated, you can acknowledge that you did something wrong, you can identify what went wrong in a relationship that led to you wanting to look outside of what we have going, and you're a different person for it, fine. But if she cheated with somebody over 10 years ago, I just don't feel like I don't feel like it's something that he could judge her for or look at her differently. But I told y'all in one of my recaps, I think a couple of weeks ago, Nate wants a trophy wife because all they talk about is power couple, power couple. They're never saying, oh, I want to be in love. I'm looking for, the love of my life. I'm looking for my twin flame, my soulmate. They're not saying any of that. Both of them are like, yeah, we're looking for someone to build generational wealth with. It seems very transactional. Very transactional. Been over it. Been over it. And I think one of the reasons that she's over it is because we know that the experts are not really the ones picking the couples. It's production. So I think if Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal were able to honestly pick their own matches and really work with those people, I think that they would be a little more into the process. But I mean, Dr. Pepper really can't say nothing when you don't live with your husband. So I kind of feel like everything that she says is kind of irrelevant because you don't live with your husband. Why should I take any advice from you on marriage and you're on your second marriage? Dr. Pepper really needs to reevaluate why she's giving out advice. She is sick of it. Probably never claimed a woman. Well, I mean, if he's never been in a relationship, if it's never been a mutual relationship, then he hasn't cheated. Oh, not that. We're gonna get to Alexis. We're gonna get to Alexis. She have done well with an attractive man. Yes. I told y'all she wasn't attracted to him. I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. It came out somehow. But I mean, you guys have to know too, when you're picking people for a show, one, they're gonna pick attractive people for the ratings. Like Stasha and Nate were put together because they're both good looking people. Aesthetically, they have a good aesthetically they're very pleasing to the eye. They look good together. So I think like it came out, I forgot where I read it at, but the experts aren't picking these people. You can tell. You can tell because there's no way that if you're an expert and you're a matchmaker, you're not going to put Kristen, the woman that's looking for a committed relationship with Mitch, who has never been in a committed relationship and is scared of commitment before. You're never going to do that. She is. She is because she wants to hear I love you. And girl, I don't know why. I don't know why. She would never, but she is. Stasha is definitely a pick me girl. She definitely is. You just watching this show, you can tell she's a pick me girl. I know y'all keep saying he has some syndrome. I need y'all to stop diagnosing this man. Don't put nothing on him. Y'all gotta stop. I have seen so many different syndromes in my comments about what Justin has. Don't put a condition on that man. Until he comes out and says he has a condition. Don't do that. He may not have cheated, but he gives off Playboy vibes. Yeah, but the question was, have you cheated though? If the question is, Nate, have you cheated in a relationship? And he says he has not, he has not. It's not a matter of him being a playboy. A lot of people are playboys and playgirls and they're never in relationships. They never set a definitive relationship with somebody. So if you ask them, are they cheating? Then that's it. I think he cut him off. On the after show, it looks like he's cut him off. I don't know why he got them struggle braids. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Okay. Oops. Wait. Sorry. Let's go this one first. I think some of y'all want Nate to be way worse of a person than he is. I do. I don't see the benefit in him lying about that. I just don't see the benefit in him lying because Stasha is, while she is an emotionally mature person and she's a little desperate, I don't think that she would have said, "Oh, you've cheated before," and written him off, and he knows that. Like he had nothing to gain by lying about that. Hey Joe, Morgan was embarrassing because I didn't care. Same she ever addressed. It was addressed. Pastor Cow asked her, was she a nurse? We're gonna get to them because I think, my opinion is very different from everybody on this with the entire situation. I don't think that they're not properly vetted. I think she said she was a nurse. They checked to see if she was a nurse and they took that. She's in school to get her BSN. So, how do we know that she didn't tell production or tell them I have one class left to get my BSN? You see what I'm saying? Like I wholeheartedly believe she lied, yeah, but I think people are making a way bigger deal out of that than a lot of other stuff that we've seen on the show. Let's not forget that a couple seasons ago, Michael told Mika he was a yoga instructor, all to find out that he was a janitor at the yoga studio. I just feel like her being one class away, I don't, it's a lie. I just don't think it was like this huge, oh my God, she's a terrible person. I don't think it was all of that like some people do. Exactly. In Stasha's mind, she's a catch. She's pretty. She's pretty. She has degrees. She's financially stable. She has all this stuff on paper going for her, but then you look at her personality and it's like, ah. There's a mass mistrust of Nate. He just does not live up to. I don't think that Nate has showed anything aside from the incident with the stripper. He has not showed anything on this show for people to think that he's a liar though. He honestly hasn't. And I don't like Nate. I don't like Nate. Nate is kind of annoying to me, but he has honestly not showed anything, y'all, on this show that there's nothing on the show that he has done that should make people think that he's a liar. Now, he was a scammer. Yeah. I wouldn't trust him if he bought me a bag. Now, if he comes home and gives her a Louis Vuitton, I'm a side eye him because how we know you didn't get that off the back of a truck like you used to sell. But I don't think he's done anything that will make everybody think that, oh my God. Let's see. Probably lied, which is what Stasha should have done. I mean, I don't think why lie if you cheated. Stasha had no reason to lie about that. If she cheated 10 plus years ago, she did. I thought the issue Morgan said application. So y'all want to talk Binh and Morgan? Let's do it. Okay. I thought the issue Morgan said she let an application told Binh not to tell. She made it way more than it was. So this is how I look at their entire scenario. Because I feel like my stance hasn't been clear because I've been typing over and over and over and over in the comments till I finally got sick of saying stuff. Morgan, please, you guys go ahead and like the video too. Okay, so Morgan had a conversation with her now husband. Okay, they had a conversation with her now husband. In that, she was vulnerable. Okay, so we have to remember that. Initially, Morgan was vulnerable with, now I'm talking like Michael, vulnerable. She was vulnerable with Binh. She told him she had, while on her application, she said that she has a BSN. She told him, I have one class left. I believe she's like in school now, or maybe she's not like in school now, but she has one class left. So that's what she told him. She talked to him about having student loan debt, which a lot of us do. And she talked to him about the relationship with her father. Within that conversation, she was vulnerable with him. She opened herself up and she told him some things that she would never have probably told him up front. All right. So we got that part. She was open with him initially. And I think what a lot of people are missing, because she is such a terrible person, she is such a horrible personality, a lot of people are missing that part because of her reaction. But you can't overlook the fact that she was vulnerable with him initially and was very open with him. They had an understanding. They talked about it. He said he understood. He said he understood. He said that he was okay with it based on all the things they said on the beach. Ben went to sleep. Ben woke up the next morning and was like, this bitch lied. She's not really a nurse. Even though she told him, I'm a nurse, I just don't have my bachelor's. While Morgan thinks everything is okay and everything is fine, Ben goes and talks to another stranger because he had met Justin once because he had what? COVID. Yes, Morgan is a trash person for assuming that that man lied about having a virus during a pandemic. Because why would he have caught COVID? We're just in the middle of a pandemic, right? So yes, she's trash for that. So Ben goes and confides in a stranger that he is calling his friend about another stranger who is now his wife's business. That's why Morgan is upset. The level of upset that she is completely overreacting. It's completely over the top. Completely. But I don't know why people are not understanding why she's upset. Yes, she lied, but if we're talking, and Monique, I'm gonna just use you because you're on the screen. But if we're talking, and Monique, I tell you something, and I confide in you, and then you turn around and you go tell Boston Cheryl, who we've all known each other for a day or so, yes, I'm going to be mad at you. And that's why I keep saying I don't understand why people don't understand why Morgan is upset. She has a reason to be upset. Her reaction, her level of positivity is way too high because one, you should have kept it to your damn self. If you know that you lied about something, why are you telling him? She should have took that to the grave, and then when you graduated and he shows up at your graduation, just don't walk the stage or something. But like, she has a reason to be upset. So then they talk on the beach, and he tells her, I told Justin everything. I would be pissed too. Because why are you telling my business? Why are you telling something that we talked about in the confines of our marriage, right? So they talk on the beach. She tells him, you betrayed me. She's upset. She's hurt. She feels a way. She has every right to feel the way that she feels. Ben tells her he understands. I believe he apologized in that moment, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he apologizes, but he seems befuddled that she doesn't trust him anymore. Why would she? She told you something and you ran and told the first person that you could. And it's not you saying something as telling a lie as like, oh, she stole some shit out the minibar. You are literally telling something that has caused people to doubt her career. And I know we all laughed at Morgan holding up the phone, but she did it because y'all, some of y'all, keep saying she's not a nurse when she is. That's why she feels like she has to defend herself. Now, I got sick of seeing her in scrubs, but Morgan has every right to be upset. So they talk on the beach. Remember, Ben told her, I wanted somebody that was more financially stable. Okay, so you have an issue with her finances. That's warranted. Completely fine. But then Ben also told her, I don't understand the relationship with your family. I don't have toxic relationships. It's judgmental and rude as fuck. It's rude, it's judgmental. The way that he said it was rude. Of course she's going to be on guard. Again, does not excuse the way she behaved, but her being mad is warranted. It's warranted. Her and Ben talk. She tells him she would prefer that he keep their marital issues within their marriage. I see no problem with that. I understand we're on a show where everybody talks about their marriages. Completely. I understand that completely. But if she is asking somebody who has already been bumping the gums not to run and tell somebody else stuff about their marriage, and he agrees to do it, that's one. He agreed to not do it. So this is why I say every week, Ben lied because Ben was still going to Justin, telling Justin everything, apparently talking to Miguel, telling Miguel stuff. But when he would come back home and talk to Morgan, and she would ask, "What did you and the guys talk about?" He acknowledged and shook his head and agreed that, yes, I didn't say anything about our marriage. I told you I wouldn't, so I wouldn't. He is lying to her face. That's what she's upset about. But again, because Morgan is acting a fool and having huge reactions and being bitchy, it's completely overshadowing the fact that Ben not only lied, but was acknowledging that he lied. Ben said he lied, and y'all was like, well, he's scared of her, and that's why he's saying yes. That's a grown ass man, y'all. If y'all want to think that that grown ass man is honestly scared to tell that woman, yes, I've been talking to Justin, y'all fell right into his trap. Ben is worried about his image. They were both wrong. She was wrong for how she was been. She was wrong for lying. She was wrong for how she behaved. She was wrong for throwing them flowers. She was wrong for not reading that letter. She has been wrong every step of the way. Ben has been wrong every step of the way too. Because Ben had every opportunity to tell her, "I'm sorry, I will stop talking to Justin." But what did Ben say? "I was just venting to a friend," completely ignoring everything that she was saying. So instead of Ben listening to what she's saying, he wouldn't listen to what she was saying. It was just, "I wanted to vent. I wanted to vent." You could have called your mama and vented. You could have called any of them friends that kept showing up and venting. That's why I say they both were wrong. Two things can be true at one time. They both can be wrong at the same time. Yes, Meek and Michael were a mess. Like, do y'all get what I'm saying about Ben and Morgan? It's not just the fact that she lied about having a degree. Yeah, she shouldn't have lied about that because you can still be a nurse with an associate's. A lot of people don't know that, but like you absolutely can. But the fact that Ben was lying to her face and saying that he was not saying anything about their marriage, whether or not the cast talks or not, why are you lying to me about it? That's the issue. Lying to her face. But then at the same time, Morgan don't want to be married. Morgan doesn't like people. She clearly don't like people. Nobody even care. That's not true because every week in the and on Twitter and on Facebook and underneath the comments on the Instagram page, that's all people talked about in regards to her saying she was lying that she was being a nurse. It was like I can't say he shouldn't have done it, but it definitely did have a lot of people side eyeing her. There were people that would be in my comments every week. She's probably lying about being a nurse. She's not. She's not. That would have if she was lying about being a nurse, that would have been come out by now. It would have been come out by now. I'm sorry, this is for who's this? Nikki? Lyric got you with the looking it up. I'm gonna look it up later. What additional, hey Rasta, what additional lies would there be? Because if there were additional lies, it would have come out. Everything about this show always comes out. Every single thing about this show and these people always comes out. Yes, she lied. She definitely lied. She lied about her highest level of education, and Ben completely blew it out of the water and overreacted with it. And instead of them both acknowledging, maybe I shouldn't have lied, maybe I shouldn't have overreacted, they both chose to stand in that and make it into a bigger deal than it had to be. Really? I mean, Nate is showing a very high level of emotional maturity. I'll say that for sure. I think his hair bothers me, but once he cut the, like, I don't mind him on the after show. Morgan lying about the BSN isn't a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal either. She can be a nurse without one. It's a big deal that she's trying to perpetually punish Ben. Yes, that, like, I had when they were at their month anniversary, and she told him, "I'm gonna make your life a living hell every day." She got told, "Fuck you," because absolutely not, absolutely not. That should have been their decision day, because Morgan was never going to get past it. And if you were never going to get past it and move on and forgive that man, why are you continuing to stay in the marriage then? You don't like him. I don't think she ever liked him, and I think that's why she's making such a big deal about this, to be honest. No, it's fine. It's fine. The smart, pretty girls usually end up with the dog ass dude. Sometimes. Yes, you can be a nurse with an associate's degree. I have friends that are nurses and they only have an associate degree. Ben violated her trust early on. And nobody wants to acknowledge that. And it's because Morgan's behavior was so jarring. If Morgan wouldn't have been yelling and hooping and hollering and all that stuff, if she would have been talking in a more conversational tone and just being like, "That's fucked up, Ben. That was wrong, bruh." If she would have had a more relaxed or softer approach to this, we would be having a complete different conversation. Ben saw how she was reacting and he played right into it. You know why? Because he's cognizant that he's on TV. He's cognizant that he's on TV. Because all Ben talks about is how his parents are going to react to this. Ben knows that he's on TV, so he doesn't want to show out. So he's going to be the docile beta male because that's probably how he behaves around his parents. And he doesn't want his parents to look at him any differently. Violate trust and was incorrect. That's the thing. If Ben would have just went and told Justin, she ain't got her, she don't have her bachelor's. She just has an associate's. She lied about that and left it at that. That would be a different story. But you told Justin she's not a nurse. Had Justin snotting and crying up in the bathroom talking about you deserved better. Does Ben deserve better? I don't know. I don't see it for Ben. I think he's a nice guy, but Ben is extremely judgmental. I don't like people that like to scream and play victim instead of standing up for themselves. Stand up, own it. Thanks for being more upset, but she way overreacts. Well, I think a part of her not being able to get past it is the fact that he kept lying too. So it would be one thing because they made some progress. Remember, they sat down, they had the little Korean barbecue. They made some progress, and then he turned around and went right back to Justin and start talking about their relationship and their marriage again in line. So she tried to get past it, but Ben would not let her. And then now she's so far gone that she's really not going to get past it now. If Morgan was about being a trainer, she should have left post reunion. What do you mean post reunion? What are you talking about, A Green? I, I that too. Like, I don't even do we even know why she's mad at her father or why she hasn't forgiven her father yet? I feel like I don't understand that part. I mean, I don't have daddy issues, thankfully. Like, I grew up in a two-parent home. My parents are still married. Like, I have a good relationship with my dad. So I don't I don't quite understand what her issue is. Was he not around in her childhood? I might have missed it. Honestly, don't think either one was ready for the experience. Yes, either one. Morgan definitely. Morgan definitely. And Ben just found out he don't like himself. So he's definitely not ready. He needs to go do some work on himself the same way that Morgan, Lord knows, she needs to be in somebody's therapy laying on that couch today. They both lie. Seems like Morgan copes by being aggressive and playing the victim, and Ben copes by shutting down and complying without thought. I don't think Ben complied at all, because if Ben was complying, he would have never continued talking to Justin. I think Ben shuts down and plays victim as well. They both were playing victim. Morgan's victim was in a more aggressive fashion. Ben's victimhood was more laid back, more docile. Was that for A Green? I don't like either of them. His sad face got on my nerves because he always looked like he just got a whooping. I just feel like as adults, you should be able to assert yourself in a way where you are able to get out your feelings. And I know that a lot of people, I know that a lot of people can't. But the way that he allowed her to berate him week after week after week after week, and he was still very comfortable and okay with playing this role as in I can't eat, I can't sleep. That's bullshit. You went right home and went right to sleep. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I heard Morgan top 3 worst wives. I don't think she would be a top 3 worst wives. Who are the top 3? I know we got Michaela. um I think Katie, I think that's her name. That one little heifer that only ate macaroni all the time 'cause she couldn't cook. Her, and then I'ma say Taylor. I think Taylor was one of the top worst wives. I only started watching season 8 though. I didn't watch any of the like early seasons. I heard that Jamie Otis like a top worst wife. People seem to really like her. That representative is going to show up after next week's episode. He's getting tired. He is tired of Stasha, as we all are. Hey Keisha, they were. Oh, this net is going to kill me. They both are equally not ready for marriage or dating. Morgan hates people and doesn't want to be bothered. Ben wants to people please and run and tell everything. Right. I'm sorry, but after watching this show, what woman is going to want to be with Ben and he runs his mouth like that? Ben pillow talks into other men. That's even worse. It's one thing if you pillow talk with your spouse. Everybody pillow talks. But you're pillow talking with somebody else. No, 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 no. She lied and he lied. They don't like each other. No. Everybody lied. But my whole point, and my point has been since episode, what was that, like 5 or 6, when I kept saying, more Ben lied too. It's like people just completely forgot the fact that she opened herself up and was vulnerable. So she lied about wanting children. Everybody lies in the application about wanting children. Everybody does. How many seasons have we seen where it come in and it's like someone says, well, I don't think I really want kids, or I just put it down because I thought you would want kids. Everybody lies in their application about wanting children. I feel like everybody does. There are also some people that will think that they really want kids and then after a while realize they don't. Or there are some people that will not want kids, but then they fall in love and they feel like, yes, I do want to have a child with that person. I don't think that I mean, that's also something um that you can talk about and work through very early on in this process. Either neither of them have really been on the after shows. I don't know how true that is. I mean, I believe it. I wholeheartedly believe it. I don't think they like each other at all. Look at his hair. I'm sure she saw that hair and was like, oh, because that's what I would have did. Yeah, but I think post honeymoon. But I think what she held on to was she really wanted to give him a second chance. But then he did the same thing. He kept going and telling their business to Justin. So like, I mean, she tried, but Morgan didn't lie to get on the show. Morgan didn't lie to get on the show, y'all. Having a bachelor's is not going to get you on the show any more than a person that does not have a degree. It's not going to get you on the show any more than a person that doesn't have a degree. There are tons of people on that show that have not had degrees. Tons. Shoot, what was her name? What was her name? What was her name? What was her name? Not Olivia. Because everybody kept saying her name wrong, and she would get so mad. Who's Samantha? I didn't. Well, she must have been an early season before I started watching it. I try to forget about Alyssa. I tried to forget about Alyssa. That's what I wanted to mention too. I need people to stop comparing and saying that stop saying that Alexis and Morgan are like Alyssa. Completely different, y'all. Completely different. We can't say every awful wife is like Alyssa. Alexis is not like Alyssa because Alexis is engaging with Justin, right? She's they sleep in the same bed together. We see them kiss. We see them cuddle. Like, even though that she clearly doesn't really like him, she is not being extremely rude to him the way that Alyssa was to Chris. Taylor was a gaslighting heifer. Whoo! And I feel like Brandon was awful. Brandon was definitely awful, but Taylor did some shit. Taylor did some stuff. And then her hair got bigger and bigger. It was like every week she added another pack of hair. Alyssa counts. I try to forget about her. Alyssa is a good person. That's right, Jen. So we can't call her bad because Alyssa was a good person. She said, I'm going to make sure y'all know it. I'm a good person. Who is Samantha? Y'all tell me about Samantha. What season is she on? I need to go look her up. Yes, Alyssa. Katie behaved. Remember how mad Katie got that he like wrote poetry? I was like, why are you mad that he writes poetry? Oh my god. Production maybe she didn't have a rights credit pair to women. I personally don't think people get paired together for drama. I actually don't, because you can pair two people that are very compatible on paper and they'll still have drama. You know what I mean? So I don't think that they pair people for drama, but I think production might have known she's only one class away. She's gonna get it soon. I personally don't think she should have lied about that, but I don't think that it's going to be the end all be all. It's not like she doesn't have a degree at all, or like she doesn't have any college under her belt. Christina, because they would call her Christine. She was homeless, right? We never saw her house. Poor Henry. Poor Henry. Henry didn't deserve that. Henry did not deserve that at all. You can't hate pillow talk and sign up. But we have seen a lot of couples not talk about the extent of their marriage as well. So I get what y'all were saying, but if I'm asking you, I don't want you talking about our marriage behind my back to other people and you agree, then that's what I'm expecting you to do. That's what I'm expecting you to do. I really don't know why y'all are trying to really like weasel him out of that. And I don't think Morgan had an issue with them all talking about the relationship. Her issue is him running and telling Justin after he ran and tell Justin lies about her initially. Justin then told Alexis. Alexis probably then told Stasha. Like y'all know it's spread. It spread super quickly. Another vote for Holly. Yes. Yes. She was mean. She drove Henry to drink. Every time we saw Henry, he had him a glass of wine. He said, because this is a mess here. Sam was with Neil season 3. Oh, that's way before my time, y'all. Samantha constantly called her husband a B and told him he wasn't man enough for her. Oh, word to Tony Braxton. Okay. She fell in love. He said no when she. I absolutely love when what season is that, Monique? I absolutely love when one person says no. I'm sorry, I actually love when like they don't get along the entire season. You can tell that somebody isn't rocking with them. And then like the last 2 episodes, they're like, I think I really like this person. And they have the audacity to say yes. I could never be on this show. I could never. I have too much of a smart mouth. I have an extremely smart mouth. I could never. I could never. Yeah, because why not? Binh been gossiping this whole time. What difference does it make? And she wasn't gossiping. Kristen told her. All Morgan asked was, "How's it going?" Kristen told her, "Oh, he lied, and he asked, he wants me to stop wearing makeup and all that other stuff." I know y'all want Morgan to be this horrible, horrible person. I don't think she is. I don't think she is. Who cares if they gossip about Mitch? Ashley and Sam from season 3. I know back in the day, or should I say back in the day? I know back in the earlier seasons, they only had what 3 couples, and the show was like an hour. I would have loved that. 2 hours is killing me, y'all. Y'all have no idea. I am gonna change the format on how I do recaps next season though. So I think Wednesday nights I'm gonna just do a typical overall recap, and then probably Thursday and Friday I'll start sprinkling out um individual couple recaps. I think it might be easier that way. We'll see. Not sure of the season, but anyone remember the wife who was arrested at the airport? Oh my god. Oh my god. For stalking her former boyfriend. We have to do better. We can't. The issue is we never heard what Ben told Justin. Well, that too. That too. So I'm actually curious as to why production never aired it. We did hear that he said, or at least some part of what he said was that he told Justin that Morgan was jealous of his perfect family. And I'm like, that just sounds shady, but we never found out what it was. A lot of people like Alexis won't say, Morgan's not gonna say. So we shall see. Back in the day, FYI, or was it FX? What is FYI? I don't have that channel. So you would get Wait, so you would get like extra footage on FYI? Why would they do it that way? I would not go on the show. Am I opposed to being matched? No. I think, but see, I think being matched up, being set up is different than like being thrown into a marriage. You know what I mean? I don't like arranged marriages. No. If I had, I have been set up before. I have had friends like set me up with people before. I'm not opposed to that at all. I don't think that's a big deal. Hey, Mrs. D. I don't think it was fair for Morgan to not want Ben to talk to Justin, but she was talking to the girls and telling them stuff. The show originated on FYI. Okay. Um, I mean, it's definitely not fair, but it's something Ben agreed to. It's just what Ben agreed to. I mean, I guess that's my whole thing. If he agreed to do it, then he shouldn't have done it. He could have told her, I need an outlet to vent. I'm going to continue venting to Justin. I just like if you're going to say you're not doing something, don't lie to her face about it. Um, maybe it was too, not everything gets aired though, like maybe it was too damning, maybe it was too disrespectful. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't care to hear what he said about her. Maybe to come out at the reunion. That's just what it comes down to. If you know you're not going to do something, don't agree to do it. That's really all he had to do. If she's saying, I don't want you talking about our relationship to people, he could have said, no, I'm going to keep venting if I need to get something off my chest. If she's okay with that, cool. If she's not okay with that, cool. You know how to rock and sock and navigate. He was probably talking mad shit because he didn't like her. I think Ben was talking shit about her too, to be real. I do think he was talking shit about her. And I think that's why it has not been aired or why no one is talking about it. It wasn't just him venting, oh, I feel trapped in my marriage or something like that. He was talking shit about her for sure. He agreed to it and then also lied about that he did it. Y'all don't know how I have been back and forth with people in my comments. I had to block a bunch of people, not this week, but like the past 2 weeks, from people calling me out my name. I said, y'all care way too much about these strangers. She agreed. Yeah, we said that she lied. We got it. We got that she lied. She admitted to lying. I guess I don't get like she admitted to lying. She told him off rip that she lied about it. It's not like she held on to the lie and he found out about it. She told him like the first or second night they were married, I lied about having a degree. He was talking bad about her. It was probably true. Now we don't know if it was true now. It might, I mean, it might be. It might be, but I think making disparaging comments about her. Justin is a rat and Morgan acts too tough. Yeah. Hey, Marcus. It's no, okay. Is it Marcus or Marquise? But yeah, Justin talks too much. But I think it's weird the bond that Justin has with Ben, anyways. A little too weird for me. Justin is way too involved in Ben and Morgan's entire whatever. Morgan has to stop that tough girl act. Like I know a lot of women pride themselves on being independent and all that type of stuff. I'm independent. You know what I mean? I live alone. I pay for my apartment myself. I pay for my car myself. Everything that I buy comes from myself. I mean, my dad bought my laptop, but everything that I get comes from like me buying. I'm independent. And I think the fact that Morgan likes to hone in on that, you don't have to keep telling us, girl, we get it. And I feel like she's using independence as a first to make it seem as if she doesn't need anything. She doesn't need anybody. Yes, you do. People are not designed to be alone and forever. Maybe it was like a Lindsay hot mic at the bowling alley last season. It could have been something like that. It very well could have been. He said his parents were an expressive girl talking his junk to people, but never to the person it was meant for. That's childish. I just feel like that's childish. I do. I feel like that's childish. If I have a problem with you, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I operate my life like the housewives. Let's go out for drinks so we can talk. Let's have a sit down so we can talk about it. You know what I mean? I just feel like if you feel that you were never able to express yourself growing up, then that's something that you need to get in therapy for. But that's not something that you just realized about yourself. It's not something that you just realized about yourself. I hate this time of year with Nets. The necessary real scene. You know what? Hey Jay, you're gonna hate me, but I think that was edited. Not that she didn't do it, but I don't think that she really smugged at that moment. Because if you watch it, it looked pieced together. It looked pieced together. Been over him. Been. Trust me, I am not sad. There's one less video to do a week. Over him. He was talking greasy about her and put so much extra stank on it and made Justin cry. Hey, Black Tornado. I love seeing people that, really be in the comments pop up in the live. I think I mean, I don't care to find out what he said about her, but I do think that he was talking mad shit about her. I do. And I think that's why she's so upset about it. It's not, it can't be something like, I don't know. I think he was talking mad shit about her, and that's why she's so upset about it. I do absolutely believe that. You think she has toxic masculinity? She might. She might. Alexis is a snitch and messed up their marriage because she doesn't want her man. You can't mess up somebody else's marriage. You cannot mess up somebody else's marriage. You can't take somebody else's man. You can't ruin somebody else's relationship. Only the two people in a marriage can mess up a marriage. And I guess why is Alexis a snitch if she's telling her friend what somebody is saying about her? That's another thing. So I was told that I might identify with Alexis and I apparently ruin people's relationships too. No. If y'all are saying that Justin and Binh are these amazingly awesome friends, right? Because that's what people are assuming. Why are we not to agree that Justin and Binh? Why can we not say the same thing about Alexis and Morgan? We don't know how close of friends they were. Justin broke the human code, but no, he definitely broke bro code. Now, whether he told Alexis this or she overheard, who knows? Why were you talking on speakerphone in the house? Unless you want somebody to hear what you're talking about. Do we think not a substitute teacher? He loved a turtleneck, don't he? A turtleneck, that oversized. So it's funny because I see how people be going in on his sweater. I got that same type of sweater sitting on my desk at work. That's my work sweater because it'd be cool in the office. Thank you, Mocha, for the super chat. I can't wait to the reunion. Tea will be spilled. Yes. I hope so. I hope that the reunion. Side note, I do not like Kevin Frazier as a host. I do hope that the reunion shed some light on this. I want Morgan to be held to the fire more. I do want her to be called out more by the experts, but I want people to realize how we got to this situation. How we got to this situation. Okay, let's see. I actually think that the Lions, yeah, yeah, both of them are immature. Definitely, defiantly, they're both immature. Morgan is upset because whatever been said was true. The truth hurts. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna get that. You ain't gonna get that upset if somebody's not saying something true about you. But I think too, like you just don't want people talking shit about you. You just don't. You just don't. The human code, yes. Justin has had so many fouls and flops and fails going on in this show. It's too much to count. I haven't seen that play. I don't know. It is can y'all see the net? It is 5 videos is a lot. I gotta see with my because we're back in the office. So I need to see what my in-office schedule is gonna look like. All he needs is a latte, some glasses, and the sweater will fit in fine. What kind of latte? So, side note, Starbucks. I go to Starbucks because there's a Starbucks in the building at my job. So I'm at Starbucks every day I'm in the office. I've been getting the green tea matcha latte with soy. If you get it with the 2% milk that it comes with, it's disgusting. But get it with soy. Y'all will like it. Okay, hold on. Justin is a snitch that's scared of his woman. Justin's not scared of Alexis. Not the way he be telling her stuff. I don't think Justin is scared of Alexis at all. Keisha would be great at the reunion because I think Keisha is doing an amazing job with the after party. I don't watch the after party every single week, but I think because Keisha's asking the questions that we want to hear, that the audience and the viewers want to hear. Alexis broke Justin's trust by telling Morgan just to be able to talk on speakerphone in the house. He absolutely should. That just shows her lack of respect for him now. He should be able to. But I also feel like if someone is telling me something about somebody else, I'm not going to talk on speakerphone for other people to hear either. I feel like that's Justin breaking Ben's trust too. Mitch is definitely slow. Mitch don't have all. He's not the brightest crayon in the box. Okay, we'll say that. I think it's because Kevin definitely has his favorites, and Kevin ends up being very biased when he does the recaps. What is Keisha's zodiac? Because if it ain't a Libra, because we're very balanced, right? Let me see. What is Keisha Knight Pulliam's zodiac sign? Keisha Knight. Lil Rudy. She's an Aries. Okay. I didn't expect her to be an Aries, but I guess it kind of makes sense. If Alexis heard any other person that told Morgan, then it would have been cool for her to tell. Okay, that's debatable. I thought I was the only person that disliked K Frey as a host. Um, I like Kevin Frazier as a person. I think he's good on what is he on? Entertainment Tonight. I just don't like him as I just don't like him as a host. I just don't like him as a host. So I've been trying oat milk, and like I'm not lactose or anything, but I have been trying it with oat milk. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I typically get chai lattes, and I tried that with oat milk, and I didn't really care for it. I'll try it though. Nate needs his props for standing up for Ben. Ben should have stood up for himself. After party has all the good spoilers. Um, I guess I don't understand the purpose of the after party. I think this show has gotten to the point now where like we know who's married and who's going to stay married and who's going to divorce, because clearly Ben and Morgan never on there, so that's why we know that they're no longer together. I don't know. I don't like when they have the random podcast people on there. Who cares what a woman that runs a podcast about the show has to say? We gonna listen to the podcast. I feel like it should be the people on there, but I actually like the after show better when it came on before the episode. I liked it better that way when they were talking about last week's episode. We got into that hat because, like, what was it? What was going on? She was out there looking like Parappa the Rapper. Unnecessary. The only host I like is Carlos King. The way Carlos King got in their asses at that last reunion, woo! That was a lot. Do y'all watch Love and Marriage Huntsville? I'm so behind on a bunch of shows. I've been busy like every I feel like I've been busy every Friday and Saturday for like the past like 2 months. Lindy is the last meatball in the pot lost in the sauce. She got a couple screws loose. She got a couple screws loose. Not even gonna hold y'all. Something ain't quite right with her. Did we talk about Lindy and Miguel? I guess for me, I've never understood people that are proud of the fact that they like blow up on about things. She's very proud of the fact that she shows out. Like she keeps laughing like, oh, I'm only at a 4.5. Girl, that's nothing to be proud of. That is nothing to be proud of. I don't want to broadcast my not so finer moments. You know what I mean? We've all lost our cool, right? But the last thing that I'm gonna ever do is be like, y'all, I showed out last week. Let me tell y'all what I did. So I like, I'm not. That's not what I do. And I think it's weird that she wants to do that. Like, why do you keep telling him he hasn't seen you at your worst yet? What is there to be proud of? You're an adult that doesn't have insurance. And you're mad, and they're gonna use the scenario where I'm gonna get hit by a car and break my leg. Girl, that would be your own damn fault because you should have insurance. Nobody will feel, I certainly wouldn't. I certainly would not feel sorry for you for choosing not to have insurance. That would be something you would have to deal with. Try a London fog. But it's a London fog. Is that tea? Is it tea? Do you love and marriage Huntsville? It stresses me sometimes. I'm gonna catch up tonight when I get off. No, I gotta watch Potomac. I'm gonna catch up for sure. Maybe in the morning on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't like watching anymore because I don't like Miss Wanda. I don't like. I feel like they're exploiting the ignorance of that lady, and it makes me uncomfortable. Lindy is a toddler who never got corrected. She's now an adult throwing temper tantrums. That too. That too. Hey Ray, how do ice? You asking me? If I get my chai latte, I do both. I do both for the chai latte. Really, just kind of depends. If you're gonna do the chai latte cold, tell them no water added because they add like a couple drops of water. It's not necessary. If you get it without the water, it's way better. If you're gonna get the green tea or the matcha latte, I do that cold. That is not good hot. That is not, to me at least, it's not good hot. Lindy keeps embarrassing or emphasizing how Miguel hasn't seen the worst of her. Nothing to brag about. I want to see the worst of her. It looked like she lose her shit next week. Miguel's gonna have to raise his wife and that baby because Lindy's not ready to be a parent. Oh, not a straight jacket. She do look a little unhinged though, because she went from like screaming. She went from screaming to laughing to sobbing, the emotions. She's very childish. I feel like anybody at her age as an adult, now if she's in a position where she does not have to work a traditional job, that's great. Kudos to her. Um, that's great. But the fact that she's like, if I don't want to work, I don't want to hear anything about it. If I want to go on vacation, that's cool. Live your best life, but you should be paying for insurance too. How are you traveling out of the country with no insurance? That's what gets me. Like you talk about, you do a lot of traveling, so you crossing state lines and country borders with no insurance. All right. They do not like Americans. Anywhere we go, they don't like us. Go on over there and break a leg if you want to. See how your treatment is. She's a psychopath. The weird laughing, the things she does with her eyes, the bratty behavior. It's not cute. It's not cute. Hey Bria, I'm gonna get back to my Love and Marriage Huntsville recaps. I am. I've been slacking on everything. I'm gonna get back to the Love and Marriage Huntsville recaps though, for sure. Lindy is warning him so he can't complain when she goes full wild. He's gonna complain regardless, because it's not cool. It's not cool. Lindy reminds me of every Lifetime movie. Y'all know what? I don't like Lifetime movies. I don't watch them. I'm not a fan of like watching people get like murdered and bound and gagged and trapped in closets, and what they had one movie like the girl that lived in a box. I don't want to see shit like that. I can't. Like Dahmer, the Dahmer movie. I'm from Milwaukee. Like the Dahmer series that y'all are going up for. I know what happened. I don't need to see it. Stuff like that, I just don't. I don't care to see. Ben has major inner issues. He looks terrified. He got something brewing up in the chest. He has something he needs to get taken care of. Is it Cuss or Keys? I can't remember who was calling you Marquise in the live the other day, but I was curious then too. Cuss or Keys. London fog is Earl Grey tea with stemmed milk. Okay, so if I go to Starbucks, because y'all may not know this about me, I can't like I get anxiety ordering in Starbucks. The ordering in front of people, it got to be done on the app. Can I order the London fog on my app? The off-camera stuff is exhausting. It is, and I think that's what kind of turned me off from the show. Which is why I'm like not in a real big rush to watch it. Like when Melody and Martell were going back and forth on Instagram for like a week. What's the point of watching the show when we're seeing everything play out? I never thought to get it vanilla. So do you have them add like vanilla syrup or like the powder? I'm gonna try all your Starbucks recommendations too. The fact that she has a doctorate in physical therapy and not an adult job is a concern. She has a job. She's just per diem. So she's kind of like freelance. She has a job though. She just has the type of job where she can probably take patients and cases as she chooses to. I had a dirty chai latte for the first time, and they put way. It was either too much espresso or it was too strong, but that had me wired. That had me wired. It's a regular chai latte, but it has a shot of espresso in it. They are very messy. The only time they're getting along is when they're who said that? Was that Miss Misha, I think? The only time they're getting along is when they are like kind of tag teaming the other couples. She can't take care of a dog. She has no health insurance. She don't want to work. And she don't cook because every time we see Miguel, he's cooking omelets and spaghetti, and she's a little slow. I think Lindy is cray cray. She's something. Hey Marie, she's something. But she also has a lot of student loan debt. Girl, get a job and pay your bills. That too. She would apply for the student loan forgiveness program. She better apply for the program like the rest of us. Hey, Dallas, you want to slap box her? No, you don't. You see, she kicked her friend tooth out. You don't want to slap box that girl? How are you wearing that hat with no insurance? Do they still talk about Dahmer in Milwaukee? So I, when I was a kid, because Dahmer went to jail. He got caught in like 91, so I was like 7 or 8. My dad, one of my dad's really good friends, was a police officer during that time. So it's crazy because before this Dahmer series, they don't show his stuff in Wisconsin. So people keep saying, well, it's been all these documentaries and stuff about him. We don't see it. That stuff doesn't air here. So this is like the first Dahmer whatever that has aired here in years. In years. Um we don't like talk about it often, but like when I feel like whenever I see something about Dahmer, I'm like, yeah, Milwaukee always go Milwaukee. But we don't, it's something that a lot of people really try to forget about here. And it's because we all have friends who had family that was involved. That was a lot of people that he killed. So we all have family that, or we all have friends that have family that was involved. I have friends whose cousins were victims. I have friends whose family lived in the same building as him. I have friends who can say that like their family, might have been like outside walking around in that area and have seen the boy that tried to run out, or they, you know what I'm saying? So like it's just not something that we try to talk about or try to discuss like often at all. And again, that stuff typically does not air here. Dahmer is on Netflix here, so I feel like it's a huge thing now with people watching it, but all of the previous documentaries, they don't allow it to air here. That's clearly changing now. So I am from the mill. I am from Milwaukee. It's funny. Like I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, I posted a meme where the area that Dahmer lived in, it's in like 25th and Wells, which is like kind of close to downtown, but not like really downtown. We were telling people that area, if you're a tourist, some people like to like chase crimes and go see the area. Don't. That is not the area that if you are not from Milwaukee that you want to bring your ass over to and like go venture in and walk around in. There's nothing over there. The apartment building he lived in, um, the apartment building that he lived in is no longer there. The places that he used to work at a place called the Chocolate Factory, which was like a candy kind of chocolatier shop. That's no longer there. So like don't come here looking for it. I mean, they didn't even film the show here. I could have been an extra. They didn't even film it here. I'm mad at Ryan Murphy for that. London Fog is usually, oh, it's a secret menu, but I order it in the store or at the drive-thru without problem. Never ordered it in the app. Okay, I'm gonna try it because I am cool with the baristas. When I walk in, they definitely, good morning, Tamara. Hey y'all. So I'm gonna see if I can get it. You think it's better than the show? Yeah, most documentaries don't air here. Y'all associate Oprah with us? We never see Oprah when she's here. And Oprah be here. Oprah is here a lot. But I feel like nobody ever sees her. When I was in high school and college, I worked at a grocery store here. And Oprah's cousin, the cousin that's like the family she stays with, used to shop at that grocery store. And she would always be like, yeah, I'm shopping, Oprah's coming into town, but like nobody would ever see her. I don't think anybody has ever seen Oprah like walking the streets. I feel like that private jet comes into the airport, she goes straight to that house and she stays in the house. He's working at the chocolate factory. Yep. So the chocolate factory is no more. Chocolate factory is no more. That has since gone. But there was a big thing where like people were like, "Oh, don't go there because how do we know that he wasn't like using the machinery to do what he did?" So yeah. I always remember the Laotian boy that tried to get away. Yeah, so I know a lot of people who have said that like their family was out that night and like, oh yeah, we saw the boy running down the street. Like they saw stuff like that. So it's hard for people here to want to watch, and it's hard for people here to want to like relive. Like if I like on my Facebook, it's a lot of people saying how um it's harder for like some of their parents and like their older siblings and stuff to watch it because they don't want to relive what happened. I know the grandmother, the character that Niecy Nash is playing, her granddaughter has been on Facebook like going off because a lot of the story is incorrect. A lot of it's incorrect. Niecy Nash's character did not live in that building. She lived down the street. She didn't live in the building with Dahmer. So I guess people are wondering, like, why are y'all changing parts of the story? A lot of the family wasn't contacted. So, like, that's a big thing. So now on like Milwaukee Facebook, Milwaukee Twitter, you're seeing a lot of people that are watching the show and then like trying to clear it up and like clarify things that weren't necessarily correct. But I just don't care to see it. I'm scary. I don't like watching scary stuff either. That'll have my nerves so bad. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That'll have me all. I'll be up all night. I can't watch stuff like that. Anything else about the show, guys? Otherwise, we've taken a dark turn talking about Dahmer. We can't end the live talking about Dahmer, though. We got to end the live talking about something else. Um, I think people forget too that these were actual people's lives. So, like, he didn't change any of the names. So, while it is entertainment, this is also a recant of real deal lives. These are real people. The names are the names are actual people's names. Some of the stuff that people are like, some of the scenes that are being depicted, those are actual people. So, like the sister who had to blow up in the courtroom, she didn't know anything about it. So, she's been on Facebook. She's been on Facebook saying how it's hard for her to get on Instagram now and see a reenactment of like a terrible, terrible moment for her. And people are saying, woo, that actor did that. That's her life. So, like, while it is entertainment, it is honestly still people's lives. That is something that real deal happened here in Milwaukee that a lot of us have connections to. So I think people need to remember that as well. It's artistic representation, sure, but it is based on real events. It's not just like a loose characterization of it. I think Rick Ross just worded it wrong. I think he worded it wrong. If you want them glasses, cool. But I just feel like, time and place. Time and place, Rick. Justin E showed it. Can y'all not? Justin needs some balls. He does. He does. Let's drag Alexis. Did we not talk about Alexis? Okay. Let's talk about Alexis, and then I got to get off here because my ring is burning me up. I'm getting hot. Okay. Alexis making googly eyes at Devon Franklin. She definitely wants him. But girl, if making good didn't want him, you don't want him either. The way Alexis was looking at Devon, she was looking at Devon mad because he was suggesting things that they could do together. That's what she was mad about. Yes, actual people's lives. A lot of stuff is just hard. Just you can appreciate the show, but also take into account that this is something that happened to actual people. All right, they said Alexis got dressed for. I don't remember what she had on, but she was definitely geeked when he came in. I will say that. Liz Drag looks for drooling over Divine in that strategically placed cross she had on. I'm gonna say this about Divine. Divine is a very handsome guy. He's very attractive. Him and Megan Good looked good together. I cannot take his praying on Instagram. And me and Jesus are aces, but he be this close to the camera with them eyes clenched so tightly, I can't do it. I can't do it. We're gonna have a pile of divorces, possibly one couple to make it. Who do y'all think is gonna make it? I know people were saying that Lindy and they think Lindy and Miguel are gonna make it, or maybe Stasha and Nate. Let's drag Justin. He loves playing victim. He is just hyper insecure and cusses out his wife in public equals weak. Okay, so let's talk about it. All right, so Lindy, no. Who are we doing? Alexis and Justin. I said from day one, Alexis did not like Justin. I was told, you're projecting. You don't like him. I told y'all she didn't like him. You could see her face when she turned the corner and walked down the aisle. She didn't like him. She wasn't attracted to him. I do think that Alexis, I appreciate her for trying, but at the same time, you have to stop gaslighting him into thinking that there's a chance when there's not. You know what I mean? I think you have to stop thinking. I mean, she has to stop. You know what I mean? So like she goes through these things where she wants Justin to think that there's hope. You know, they might could sort of maybe sort of somewhat work out when she knows good and goddamn well that she does not like him. That's my only thing. If you want to operate under the assumption that maybe I can try to make this work, then actually try to make this work. But the fact that Alexis, like, she's like, some of the stuff that she said is just rude. Like, if you have to pick between me and something else, pick between that. What type of shit is that? Well, I understand the sentiment. I get the sentiment with it. The fact that she would say something like that it's weird. It's also very condescending the way that they say babe. Okay, babe, you're doing it in a very condescending tone. Very condescending. Alexis doesn't like him. Justin can tell she doesn't like him, but he's just gonna really keep on chugging along, forcing it when, like, have some respect about yourself. She doesn't like you, and you know she doesn't. You know she doesn't. She hasn't liked you. She has been belittling you since she has been belittling you since she told everybody that you were celibate. So I don't understand why Justin keeps saying he really wants this marriage. Do you? Do you? Marriage shouldn't be this hard. You shouldn't have to chase after somebody like this. You just shouldn't. Alexa, I don't know who we are meeting with. Girl, you knew Devon Franklin was coming that day. Y'all think Stasha and Nate are gonna make it? They might. They might. They might. I mean, Elijah Warren and Katina made it, so you know anything can happen. Miguel and Lindy will make because he wants her to get the bonus money. I don't think there's bonus money the way that everybody else does. Because if there was bonus money, everybody would be staying married. I don't think there's bonus money. If there was, every single couple would be staying married, and every couple does it. Projecting, like, it was, I need to go back and look through them comments. It was so many people telling me, you don't like Justin, she does. And I was like, okay. All right. If you don't say so. She doesn't. She doesn't like Justin. And I don't even think that it's really about his looks. I think it's more so his personality more than anything else. I think it is his personality. She doesn't like how he does all that crying and all that other type of stuff. I won't say that. I've been on dating apps and I've swiped left a bunch of times. It doesn't mean that you don't like a person. It means that you don't want to engage in conversation with that person. Let's not call her an animal. Let's not say animal. Let's just clean that up a little bit, Dallas. Or that baby this, baby that. Yeah, it's condescending. It's kind of like when you're in an argument with somebody and you say, okay, hun, whatever you say, babe. Okay, sweetheart. It's condescending. She's a track star. She wants him to chase. I feel like she's too grown to to be that proud of the fact that she likes to run from relationships. It's not attractive to call yourself a track star. How do you know that? Did they say that on the after show? Oh, she want that baby. I don't know if I mean I see Alexis. I see Stasha not saying yes if she doesn't get an I love you. I do believe that Stasha's not gonna waste her time and do that. Justin needs a beard and some protein. That man is not gay. Stop it. That man is not gay. And people are saying he got a condition, so let's not talk about his body. Let's not body shame. He is too soft. He's too soft for, and I'm glad you said that, for a girl like Alexis. There is some girl, some woman somewhere that is going to actually like his sensitivity. He wanted to. He probably cried when the cameras went off. Alexis wants a guy who could put her in her place and not that. Yeah, Alexis wants a guy that's gonna tell her shut the fuck up and sit down. That's what she wants, and that's toxic on her behalf. Oh, you put it in capital letters, so I didn't know. Okay, he doesn't even. I think all men should have facial hair. All men. Yeah, but I mean, I kind of feel like, can you really believe everything that Alexis is saying? That's my thing. So we know that Alexis doesn't like this man. We know that Alexis is known to be a liar. We know that Alexis is doing all these negative things that y'all mention all throughout every recap. Yet y'all want to believe her when it comes to something derogatory about Justin. Can't have it both ways. Are they snitches? I don't I don't consider them as snitches. I don't think they're snitches. I think y'all haven't been around real people that are snitches. And that's why y'all like to call everybody snitches. Telling somebody what their husband is saying about them is not snitching. That's not snitching. Hey, I'm gonna say it wrong. Quana Aisha? I'm gonna call you Q. Hey, Q. Justin wanted help with something he's never done before in an intimate setting. She said he would try teeth and all. I'm glad I missed that. Glad I missed that. Glad I missed that. This is the good thing about free promo for, or a terrible promo for your next relationship. Depends on how you look at it. either good or bad. Either way, it works. Justin is a liar, and the producers like him, so they're giving him an edit out of this. Where you think Justin's getting a good edit? Do you? I don't think Justin's getting a good edit at all. I don't think he's getting the good edit at all. I think Justin is looking awful on this show. Gotta be honest, I don't think Justin can ever grow facial hair because of, I'll say it again, low testosterone. I still think all men should have facial hair. I think all men should have facial hair. I missed that part too. Not teeth and all. I just Lord. Oh, ah, teeth. What is going on? Yes, you said it right. Okay. Who you gonna go back and sit and watch me mumble through 2 hours? That's real. Which number do you think is greater? Okay, the number of women who wonder if Justin is packing, or the number of women who wonder why Justin is crying. I'm gonna say crying for 1,000. I guess because I feel like I have nothing wrong with sensitive men that are in touch with their emotions, right? Um, so I have no problem with somebody that is very in tune with their emotions. However, Justin cried over Ben. Justin was crying because he felt that Ben deserved better. That is not normal, sir. That is not okay. That's not what we're going to do. It is weird. What, like, how did I miss this? I don't want to watch the show again. How did I miss this? Hey, Christine, do I watch Ready to Love? I do. I did not watch this season. My class reunion, my 20-year class reunion from high school was like around the weekend that the show started. So I was super busy like leading up into the weeks going into it. And I got so far behind that I just never went back and started it. His celibacy within the context of the show is interesting. Why come on the show and why cast him? Or why match him with a woman like Alexis who presents as sexually confident and liberated? Why should he not have been on the show because he's celibate? Why should he not have been on the show because he's celibate? How does Alexis present as if, like, she doesn't present like she's crazy about sex? I don't think him being celibate, I don't think his celibacy has an issue because I feel like Justin said that he was celibate before coming into the process. He didn't say that he was going to be celibate all throughout the process. He was just celibate before. I don't see a problem with that. Just as crying is a lack of emotional intelligence. He can't find the words, so he cries. Same strategy as an infant. Absolutely. It's I think it's a diversion. And he can cry on cue. He can cry on contact, which is alarming to me. Just curious, do women find emotional men like Justin attractive? It seems like something like that will be a total turnoff, and that's maybe why Alexis isn't feeling him. It's not unattractive for a man to be emotional, I think, but you have to learn how to control your emotions, right? So again, if you're crying because your dog died, or you're crying because you're upset that you had to send your dog away, that's fine, that's understandable. If you're crying because, let's say, one of your best friends like mother's died, as a man you shed some tears because of that, that's fine. If you're watching the show and you get kind of choked up on a scene, that's fine. That's understandable. But Justin is crying over things that don't require tears. He's crying over things that don't require tears. That's what's weird. Like, and you can just, I think Alexis can tell that Justin is crying as a way to like win the argument. Because when somebody starts crying, the natural reaction is for you to want to comfort that person. He does that when he's losing an argument. It's weird. I don't think it's unattractive. It wouldn't be a turn off for me for a man to be emotional. But if you're emotional to the point where Justin is, it wouldn't be unattractive. It would be irritating to me. When Justin was having dinner with Alexis' friend, I couldn't bring myself to believe when the friend was saying to Justin, that's what he wants. I mean, her friend knows her. So I want to know who is her friend to her. Why haven't we seen a lot of Alexis' female friends? Where are they at? Agreed. 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 I know people like to talk about um I can't think of it. My mind went blank. Now, people like to talk about different things. What is it called when you it's gonna drive me crazy. What is it called? What is it called? What is it called? It's gonna come to me later. But yes, just because he's a male doesn't mean that his celibacy should not be respected the same way that a woman should. I love your oh, thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. The marriage would have been the end of him being celibate. Alexis doesn't understand that though. Alex, they've cast a version. Yes. Well, the difference with Iris is Iris was extremely immature when it came to sex. She giggled at the word sex. Like a lot of the stuff that they did, she just I can't even get on Iris. Iris had me so stressed out during her season. I thought he was trying to remain celibate throughout the marriage. He never said that. He never said that. Not once did he ever say he was going to remain celibate through the marriage. He said that he was celibate coming in to the marriage. He was celibate prior to this. And when he mentioned to her he was celibate, Alexis chose to tell everybody that he was celibate. I think that being celibate is the issue because the assumption that a person is coming into the show for a spouse and they will no longer be celibate. But it shouldn't be an issue though. He never told her, I'm going to continue my celibacy throughout the duration of this marriage. Justin has said a number of times that he would be ready to have sex with her. He said that a number of times. He not once did he ever say that he was going to remain celibate through. Oh, okay. No, it's not. Celibacy is not the issue. Sorry, Tanya. Celibacy is not the issue. It's not the issue at all. The meshing of these couples is a joke. So I actually disagree. And I've been meaning to do like a video about this. I think for the most part, a lot of the couples that are matched fine. The issue is their personalities. But this is why shows like this don't work. Because just because two people are matched up on paper doesn't mean that their personalities are going to jail. Case in point, I have an ex. We were very compatible on paper, but he got on my last everlasting nerve when we were together. Because you can't tell if somebody is condescending on paper. You can't tell if somebody doesn't take anything serious on paper. You can't tell if somebody is overly emotional on paper. A lot of it just comes down to their personalities not matching, which is why I like Love is Blind better because these people are able to make a decision based off of their personalities, um based off of their personalities, based off of how well they gel together before actually getting married. I don't think the matching is bad, to be honest, because look at this. Stasha and Nate are compatible, but she doesn't have the emotional intelligence to understand that somebody's not going to be in love with her after 4 weeks, whereas Nate does. They're matched on paper, but their personalities are they're just not meshing. No, he never said he wanted to. Justin is a huge turnoff. He cannot self-regulate that then he cannot lead a household. He needs therapy. Yes, self-regulation is the issue, but I think the issue too is that Alexis began reminding him when to self-regulate. So when you're telling somebody when to check their emotions and when to control their emotions, they become dependent on you. He is now dependent on Alexis reminding him, "Hey, calm down." That's not good either. I think that's both of their faults. The crying over every minor situation that makes it cringe. Yeah. It seems like he's trying to cry his way out of things. And I feel like it comes across very disingenuous after a while. Double standard. Thank you, Tanya. That was not what I was thinking in my head. That is the word. Didn't Alexis say all her friends are males? It makes you wonder why she's dying to hang out with her friends every week. Kind of sus to me. Um, I feel like we've seen a couple of her female friends, not as much as we've seen the male friends. I think it's sus to want to hang out every week. I know people are saying it shouldn't be a big deal, but when you're in this marriage, and I think it was Tamara Tattletales did a video that pointed out they've only been married for about 3 or 4 weeks. That's still a lot. That's still a lot where every single weekend you're going out. That's a lot. While we're in this process, there's no reason why she can't be home. No reason why she can't be home. Iris was a train wreck. Iris was a train wreck. I think casting a version of someone practicing celibacy is fine, as long as they come on the show, understand that their partner may likely want sex at some point. Exactly. Exactly. As long as they have the understanding that you can't expect somebody to, as long as they understand that it's not fair for you to want to maintain your celibacy while you're married. Other than that, I think it's fine as well. Marcus, we get it, babe. You don't like her. Every comment is something negative about Alexa. We get it. You don't like her. I'm glad Iris didn't give it to Fine Keith. You know, Keith was talking to Ari Lennox. Did you see that? He was dating Ari Lennox for a while. I don't know what happened with that, but they were definitely together. I follow Keith. Keith is one of the very, very few people that I follow. That I follow on Instagram. I'm not as I don't know why y'all are assuming that because I feel like they have talked about it. They've talked about it. I don't think they're not having sex because of his celibacy, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever know. Oh, she wanted Divine. She wanted Divine. I think he was like actually still technically married. Him and Megan paraded and lied about still being married um for a while before it was like actually out. I worked with Are you from Milwaukee, net player? I worked with one of the Dahmer arresting. No, you spelled Dahmer wrong. You must not be. Work with and he is now chief of police, one of the Milwaukee area suburbs. Oh yeah. These cops are still here. A lot of them are still here. A lot of them still very much working for MPD. As much as many of us love MAFS, producers may need to reconsider future seasons if 0 out of 5 couples make it past decision day. I don't think they care if any couples make it. They're in it for this, us talking about it. They're in it for the drama. They're in it for the ratings. I don't think they necessarily care about it. I don't think they care if any couples make it. If they did, they would have stopped a long time ago. Because what is their success rate? Like 12%? Fifth, like 12. I don't think it's more than 20%. It's very low. I think Keith was a nice guy. He was so patient with Iris until he was finally like, girl, bye, because you're doing too much. I don't know when. Oh, here we go. Monique got the answer. As soon as. Why did they announce it then? Oh, man. Am I wrong? But didn't Justin claim he had sex at some point, was tired of women using him for sex? They started being celibate to clear his head. No, that's what he said. He's not a virgin, but he said that he has been celibate. He said he wanted to become celibate before coming into this process. Yeah, he didn't say that he was celibate like for life. It was while he was getting ready for this process. They need to retire and there needs to be younger people. I love Dr. Pia. They made a mistake by letting Dr. Viviana leave. Um, I don't, I don't know. I also think that it should really be one couple. I'm sorry, one expert per couple. So I feel like the experts need to pick two people that they want together. That's who you work with. That's who you counsel. That's who you nurture. That's who you check in on. That is your couple. Do it like The Voice. So we can see you navigate and you guide these people, that you guide these people to the end. I think that we would get a better show and they would have a better success rate if they were truly focused on one couple. When you're trying to navigate 5 different couples, it's never going to work that way. You got T on Ari. What T you got? I like Ari Lennox. Happens to the best of us. Good point. Okay. I have watched MAFS since season 1, episode 1 is totally different. It's all about the drama. They are ruining lives. I need y'all to put a lot of responsibility on the people. They are not ruining lives. No one can ruin your life for you. These are the people's actions. These are the people's actions. If I'm in a relationship with a guy, let's say Tom. If I'm in a relationship with Tom and we are matched together on this show, it is up to me how I represent myself and how I allow that marriage to go. So I'm not going to go in if I can honestly and truly tell that Tom is not feeling me. We're not compatible. There are things about Tom that I don't like. I am not going to allow myself to get put in a position where I'm cussing and screaming and giving my heart and thirsting after this man. And you know what I mean? Like it's these people's fault. You absolutely cannot say that they're ruining people's lives because nobody can ruin your life. I'm all about self accountability and self responsibility. Like I can't say I can't agree with that. Yes. Give these people one couple. Give Pastor Cal one couple that he can focus on instead of him going around asking everybody, "Y'all sleeping together yet? Y'all sleeping together yet?" Because that's all he want to know. Like match these people up. I think there'll be a way better success rate. Oh, y'all don't blame Dr. Peppers. She don't live with her husband. And she's on her second marriage. We didn't have experts most of the season, and boom, 3 in 1 episode. So the experts are still meeting with these people weekly. It's just not being televised. It's just not being televised, which is why you see when they're meeting with the couples, it's not what's been going on the past couple of weeks. They're not completely and utterly shocked. You see what I'm saying? I don't think we need to see the couples every episode. I mean, the experts every episode because I feel like the scenes are redundant and nothing is getting across. Let these people work out their issues. The reason that a lot of these couples divorce after decision day, after staying married through decision day, is because they're so used to, oh, we got in a fight. Let me call Dr. Peppers so Dr. Peppers can come over to the house and fix it. Now we've had this help every single week, right? For the past 2 months. Now that we're married and we're out of the house with the nanny cams up and we're now actually living as husband and wife, the first time we get into an argument, they don't know how to navigate it because they're used to having somebody that they can call to come help mediate. These people have to learn how to navigate their marriage themselves. We don't need to see, I don't think we need the experts through a lot of this. Have check ins. Meet with them people once a month. Meet with them on their 1 month anniversary, and then meet with them on decision day. Step in if it gets violent or something like that. But like some of the arguments that these people are having, we don't need anybody to step in with. Ben and Morgan's argument did not require an expert. It required both of them to be adults and listen to the other while they were talking about it. But it doesn't require Dr. Pepper to come in and say, okay, how did that make you feel? Awesome. Okay, Ben, what should you do now? Like they have to learn how to navigate this so that when they leave the four walls of the show, they can continue to have a marriage. Season 12 had the best drama in season. What was that? Season 12 was what? New Orleans? No. 11 was New Orleans. What was 12? I don't remember the city. I think the couples are having way too much interaction with each other. They stir up drama and mess in other couples and seem to interact with each other more than actual experts. I do think they're having way too many group activities. Absolutely. Every episode, every single episode, they're together. And I think it's unnecessary. That's all he want to know. He be quick. Y'all fucking? Y'all fucking? That's all he wants. It's like, you're a pastor. You're not even the sex, like, therapist. I don't understand it. Ooh, karaoke. Hey, Carolyn, what are you going to sing? My go-to karaoke song. What would I do if I went to karaoke? If I went to karaoke tonight, it would be Drew Hill Beauty. Or, or, it would be Brandy Have You Ever? It's time for Dr. Peppers to hang her hat. She's not been on her game and give bad advice. It's time. Hey, London, it might be time. It's time for Dr. Peppers to, shimmy on out. I read somewhere that the experts push sex as her to get cult marriages annulled if you've consummated. I don't believe that. That I don't believe. They're not going to try to trick these people into staying married. I think that Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal are old. They're older, and so they have a older way of looking at things. Pastor Cal is very misogynistic, and Dr. Pepper, hell, what does she know? She don't even live with her husband, her second husband at that. Which season was my favorite? New Orleans, because I think like watching Woody and Amani was just everything. They're such a cute little family. I think Ben and Morgan could have worked it out. Yeah, it should have been resolved. It should have. But when somebody is lying and the other person is hostile, it's not going to work. Chris and Paige was 12. That season was a train wreck. That was, I can't remember the city. With drunken what's her name? Victoria? Was her name Victoria? Yeah. She's always had a blue eyeshadow on. I think she did. I think she showed up fairly. She tried to make Ben see the error in his ways because, well, Morgan acknowledged that, she could have been softer, she could have been wrong. Morgan acknowledged a lot of that. Ben's whole thing was, no, no, no. I just want to vent to a friend. She was fair. Atlanta, yes, yes. Atlanta was season 12. That was it. My set list is Anaconda, Bodak Yellow, Fergalicious. Okay. um, I don't like Bodak Yellow. I do not like that song. I remember when people were trying to push it to get Cardi to like break some record. So I would like put it on my Spotify and just let it play like on mute. But I do not like the song Bodak Yellow. I know we were supposed to let Tammy go an hour ago, but have you seen the Miles Karen? No. Well, no. Okay. I will say, so I do follow Miles and I do follow Karen. It looked like Karen moved again. I wouldn't be shocked if they broke up. I wouldn't. Um I'm gonna go digging now. I'm gonna go digging now and see if I can find something out. Okay, that was Atlanta. Y'all got to say the cities. I don't know the season numbers. Okay. Oh, okay. Tell them I said, hey, y'all. I love Woody and Amani. You could tell that they just like really, really clicked as soon as they met. Plus, I love the fact that they had like met like was it like a couple weeks before or a couple days before? She was like his bartender and they were like kind of peeping each other. And he said he wanted to get her number, but in his mind, he was like, no, I have a wife. I got picked for this show, all for it to be her. That's fate. I love everything about them. Virginia, yes, her drunk self. Ooh, she used to be lit. Lit, lit, lit. We all love Woody and Armani. Okay, see, I would like to open up Pastor Cal's Bible and see how many lines he has under be fruitful and multiply and fill there. It's highlighted, circled, an arrow, like that's all he want to know. Chris and Paige's season was the season when Twitter really started following this show. Yes. So here's the thing. Chris and Paige's season blew up Married at First Sight, right? It blew it up in a way where everybody that I know was talking about it and watching it. People like I have friends that do not do reality TV and they were talking about the show. I haven't watched the show. Have you heard about it? It was everywhere because it was so chaotic. The next season didn't live up to the hype. Or there were people so burnt out about it. So Morgan doesn't like men. Not that she likes women, but she doesn't like men. If she wouldn't have lied about her degree, she wouldn't have been chosen for Ben. I don't think that's true. Unless Ben specifically said he wants somebody that has a bachelor's. Unless he specifically said that, I don't think that's true. Maybe he did. You like my version of it? Well, have fun. I'm old, married 34 years, and I think it just depends. Wisdom can be imparted in a way that reaches people. No, I agree, but I think Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper's ways are very antiquated. So, like, my parents have been married 44 years, right? My brother and his wife have been married 4 years. So, by me being closer in age to my brother, I think that there's going to be a way that if I was engaged or if I was getting ready to get married, it would be like he would be able to, or his wife would be able to talk to me and give advice in a very different way than my parents would when my mom got married at 24 and 21. My mom was 21 when she got married and my dad was 25. It would be different. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, they got married back in the 70s. My brother got married in I think 2018. So it would be very, very like different if that makes sense. I stopped seeing it for Karen when she went home because she said she didn't feel safe when Miles said he put on like jokingly put on the calendar that they were gonna have sex tonight. I said, don't put that on that man. That man was not gonna take anything from you. That's when I lost so much respect for Karen. So much respect. I don't think anybody would be surprised. Karen's my favorite. Really? Monique, really? No, 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 no. No, no, no. They said there are rumors. Now, who said it? Monique, you got to go find out where the rumors came from, girl. You got people in a tizzy. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they did break up though. Within our mind, the reason I hold out hope for this show. Every now and again, you do get a couple that is just great. So, do you know Miles and Karen? Wolf Dog, you got some tea? You know Miles and Karen? They've been spotted together. Brianna and Vincent are having a baby. Yes, I was surprised. Not happy, but I mean I was happy, but I was surprised. I did not see they were gonna do it. I'm not desperate enough, Christopher. You would never catch me on a show like that. Absolutely not. And it was a joke. And I think Miles just wanted like some affection. Like, I don't even think they were like kissing or hugging or cuddling. I think he just wanted some affection. So the fact that she turned it around and was like, I felt unsafe in that house, I was like, girl, bye. Miles seems like a very, very sweet man. Miles is a good example of a man being emotional but not being just an emotional. Leisha, you think they broke up too? I'm gonna have to go scroll through their Instagrams now. I'm so shocked. I'm shocked Brianna and Vincent are together. After Vincent had that little bitch fit after riding that horse, after he had a fit because she wanted to like spend her money on like her hair, after he was damn near in tears because he couldn't salsa dance. I did not think they were gonna make it. Oh yeah, they need to do like a reunion show of like all the awful all the awful people all put together, just so we can see Alyssa and laugh at her. I have bad posture. I can't even judge. I need to get one of them posture, them posture things to pull my shoulders back. I think I have bad posture though because I'm always on the computer. I'm a product specialist, so I work on the computer at work. So I'm always like linked over, like typing, looking at different screens. I'm on my computer all night. I I'm always on my phone. So yeah, follow me on Instagram. Are you guys on Instagram? Let me know you're from YouTube. I'll follow you back. So we can all snoop and find out what's going on with them together. We got to find that out together, y'all. I don't know Miles and Karen personally. Ooh, okay. Miles and Woody have never been as close as Cho tried to make it seem. Really? So they're not okay. So they're not like really close friends then? So okay, let me rephrase that. Are they friends but just not like besties besties? Because they made it seem like they were like real deal, real deal friends. I watched the episodes like stand up show. I promise you, you would hate standing by me. I promise you would. I have the worst posture. Now, Carolyn, you don't have no pictures posted, sweetheart. I can't follow you if you ain't got no pictures. Okay. I'm gonna follow you, but you gotta have some posts. Okay. Sorry, y'all. All right. Let me see. Let me go back up. He is. I would love to be with a guy like Miles. He just seems so sweet. And then when he was depressed, I would just hold him and let him be the little spoon. I would. I feel like Karen judged his she judged him for his depression too, which I did not like. Paige should be with Miles. I want Paige to go get some therapy for her lack of self-esteem. I do. I'm telling y'all, I got terrible posture. Terrible. And I try to be more conscious of it. Like now, I'm leaned over. I'm sitting at my kitchen island and I'm leaned over now unnecessarily. I am Tammy Talks on literally everything. Um, Tammy Talks on everything. So if you're looking for me on any and everything, I'm Tammy Talks there. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, everything. I don't want to sound whatever, but Cashapp, PayPal, like I'm literally Tammy Talks on everything. I do my best to make sure that all of my screen names align. The only thing I'm not Tammy Talks on is Tumblr because somebody else got it. Her name was Virginia. Thank you. What did I call her? Victoria. I knew it was like some old Southern name. Work friends. Oh, I love Rocks. Okay, so this is how I became cool with Rocks and Ashley Miller. So I used to have a blog called TammyTalks.com, and it was like entertainment news, whatever, whatever. And I was watching Rox's videos, and I was watching Ashley Miller videos, and I would reach out to them and be like, "Hey, do you mind if I post your recaps on my blog?" And they said, "Yeah." And I feel like we've just been cool. We've just been cool since then. I love Rox. I love Rox. I love her Instagram too. I'm so invested in her dog Blue. It makes me want to get a dog. Maybe it's because your account is private. I did follow you back. I believe I followed you back. Okay. They're acquaintances, not friends. I've never seen Woody with Miles ever, and I know Woody's friend group. Mm. Oh my God, you guys heard it here first. No, no, I hope they didn't. Um, I think that's terrible. I really hope they didn't. And it's only because I feel for Miles. I'm trying to follow everybody back. I feel for Miles. Because I think that he's a really nice guy. Okay, so Wolf Dog, were you one of the people that was sitting at the table before they got married? Are you one of the people? Tammy Talks. No, they never said they were cousins. They never said cousins, but they said that they were like just really good friends. I always wanted to like Alexis so bad. Yeah, I root for everybody black. I do. I do. I root for everybody black, but she has proven herself to not be the best. Not be the best. I'm in Milwaukee. We are way too far. I ain't moving nowhere where there are bugs as big as my hand. Can't do it. I will take my snow. Thank you, Laquana, for the cash app. You didn't have to do that. Very sweet of you. Okay. Did I get everybody back on Instagram? Now I'm not saying that I post constantly, y'all, but I'm good for a story. Okay. Why not Instagram's private? We should be posting that they private. Okay, let me see. I be in. Okay, if you got something that I can watch. Make sure you guys are thumbsing up the video, y'all. I feel like every time an influx of people come in, it's because y'all are thumbsing up the video. Okay. What else? Shoot your shot. Wolf Dog, put in a good word for me. Okay. I am in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am from Milwaukee. That's what I'm saying. Wolf Dog, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. Rox does follow me, yes. I love Ice Forest Rox. I do. She was one of the first people because I had a podcast and I posted if I because I used to do YouTube back in like 2011. I had a YouTube channel. I got a bunch of I still left up all my old videos. And when I posted on my Instagram story, if I started my YouTube channel back up again, would y'all watch? And Rox was the first person to be like, yes, start it. So love Rox. I love Blue. I love big dogs. My brother has a Rottweiler named Packer, and I absolutely love his videos and in pictures. You should follow Rox. What did she change her name to? Is it Forest Rock still, or it might be It's Rocks? ITSROX. Her reviews are everything. She does voices. She acts out scenarios. They're divorced. They're divorced. They divorced very quickly. Oh, you're from Chicago. Okay. I go to Chicago all the time. I was just in Chicago Sunday. Drug education programs. You must be like a teacher or something. I feel like you're a teacher. What's the eyes for, Alicia? What happened? What did I miss? Wasn't at the weddings or events. It's a very short list of people that would allow. Okay. I have some friends that live down there, and they have said how. Oops. They have said how how small the city is. Follow. Okay, I'm following everybody back, y'all. Okay. She has nice style. That's a little debatable. That style's a little debatable. But no, I think she's pretty. A lot of people like attack me for that. I think she's pretty. She just has a very nasty attitude. That's all. Finally, now I'm gonna admit I don't post a lot on my profile. I do reels. I do a lot of stories though. I do a lot. I do a lot of stories. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. With Dahmer, I mean, I was 7 because I'm only 38, so I was 7 when all that happened. But yeah, Dahmer's from here. We had a whole spiel about Dahmer earlier that I feel like depressed some people. But yeah, he's a sore spot. He's a sore spot for us. There are other events that didn't make it on the show. There's a bead sorting date. A friend of mine went on with that hippie girl. Bead sorting date. Oh, with Amelia, I believe it. So did Bennett really sleep in gowns? That's what I want to know. Did he only have one gown, or what did he have a bunch in the same color? I do not. Something about that doesn't sit right in my spirit, so I don't watch it. So 90 Day Fiance, I started to recap that a couple like was it last season, but I was in school. So I was finishing up my degree the first half of this year, and it was way too hard for me to do a 2-hour show on a Sunday. So if y'all let me know when the next season starts, I definitely will recap it. Y'all just gotta let me know when the next season starts so that I can start fresh with it. Oh, and I do not watch Love After Lockup. I don't know if I want to watch that. I feel like I don't know. Something about that I don't like. They cut a lot out because New Orleans was the season COVID hit. It was. It was. They weren't they like trapped together for a while? Forest Sparks. I think she got rid of the 4 on Instagram. Let me check. I think she got rid of the number 4 on YouTube. Let me double check. Yes. So she doesn't have the number 4. So it's rocks. If you guys are looking for her on um if you guys are looking for her on YouTube. Has Justin been in your comments? No. Mm-mm. Probably because I don't like attack him the way that some people are. Bennett and his booger. I mean, if you want to wear a gown, that's fine. But I just didn't understand why he kept sleeping in it so much. I only know Woody and Amani, my friend, knew Amelia. Okay, well, tell Woody I said hey. Okay, tell Woody I said hi. I was following their YouTube for a while too. Okay, Justin. Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't talking to me. Do I watch Cherish the Day? So I thought that was like a scripted show. No, is that a reality show? Sorry if y'all heard my ginger ale. Is that a reality show? All right. Did you guys all follow everybody that wanted to be followed? At least. Cool. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely love them. I be forgetting that my mic. It was I be forgetting that the mic like is too close. I apologize. I felt like it was too close, but I had to commit to pouring the rest of the can. Okay, I can't stand Justin. Why y'all don't like his sweater? I promise I have a sweater just like it. But it's my work sweater. It's my work sweater sitting on my desk at work. It's scripted, but still a good show to review. Okay, I'll look into it. What else would you guys want me to recap? I know I need to get back on Queen Sugar. Um, I've been so busy. But winter is coming here, so I'm gonna be in the house. Uh, I know this is crazy, but you definitely give off Houston. I'm a excuse the way you spelled Milwaukee. No, I'm just kidding. I've actually never been to Houston. I think people sleep on Milwaukee. I'm gonna say that. I feel like a lot of people like we hear a lot. Oh, I didn't know there were black people in Milwaukee and all that other stuff. I feel like people really sleep on Milwaukee. Don't sleep on us. Don't sleep on us. I've never heard that I sound like Houston. I've been told that I have a true northerner accent though. So my brother lives in Nashville. My brother lives in Nashville, and whenever I'm down there, people always like they'll call me a Yankee or they say I sound like a northerner. So I don't know what accent I have, but I apparently have a northerner accent. Y'all need to leave Justin Sweater alone. He was cold. He was cold. He's next. I barely have a neck. I be envious of people that got long necks. I feel like I don't really have a neck. Like I don't really have too much. So I be like, I wish my neck was a little longer, but turtlenecks really can't be my thing because I don't have that much neck. You know what I mean? That's his house. That's his house. Y'all are killing me. um Yeah, I really wish that they would have canceled Queen Sugar and kept Greenleaf. But I used to do Greenleaf. I had a podcast with one of my best friends, and we did TV show recaps before I switched over to YouTube. And we used to love recapping Greenleaf. And then we would get to Queen Sugar and be like, the sugar mill. Gotta say love. Sunday, I missed Sunday because I was in Chicago for my birthday, hanging out with some friends. So I haven't even watched the episode yet, but my goal is to make sure that I do get I want to keep up with House of Dragon because I love Game of Thrones and I'm really enjoying, really enjoying this one. Oops. Reasonable Doubt. What is that? That's on Hulu, right? I think I saw like a commercial for that on Hulu. I think I canceled my Hulu. They took away my student discount. I think I canceled my Hulu, but I'm gonna check and see if you catch up want to do Potomac. I am going to be doing Potomac. So I have been binging Potomac like crazy. I just finished the season 5 reunion last night. So I'm gonna spend the next week watching, actually before I go to sleep tonight, I'm gonna watch a couple episodes of season 6. I'm definitely going to be recapping that. Make sure y'all come on back and watch. I know y'all have your faves. I know people like Rox and Ashley and Bondi and stuff like that, but make sure y'all come on through because I'm gonna definitely do Potomac recap. So the thing is, like, I'll watch the after party. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, let me make a video of the after party. And I always plan to post. After party will never be up Wednesday nights with the rest of the recaps. My goal is to always do it like Thursday when I get off of work, or even Fridays because I work from home on Fridays and I can do it on my lunch. But I feel like they've been boring. Unless I'm just not, it could be I'm just not into this season as much, and that's why I feel like they're boring. But I can definitely start watching. I can start watching them a little more. Don't you know Bobby? Who's Bobby? I don't know a Bobby. I'm just saying you got a lot of neck. Yeah, I mean, y'all have seen I don't have that much neck, which is why like my little Adidas jacket is perfect for me because it got, a mock neck works for me. I just don't have a lot of neck, which I guess is okay. My grandmother loves Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar, I feel like was good like the first 2 or 3 seasons. It was very good. I just feel like it's lost its zhuzh now. And then now Charlie's not even on the show. Like they don't have the farm, they don't have the mill anymore. What are we watching the show for? And I get sick of Ralph Angel crying. Oh, I loved Our Kind of People. I'm so disappointed that that never got picked up. So disappointed. So disappointed. Do you still recap Sisters? So here's the thing with Sisters. Sister comes on Wednesdays. Married at First Sight comes on Wednesdays. If I continue to do Sisters, or if I pick Sisters back up for this next season, the recaps won't be until Thursday. Recap won't be until Thursday. It skipped ahead. I didn't watch the episode yet, but I think it's 10 years in the future. 10 years in the future. Because they gotta rush the story along. We gotta get to it. I have followed you on the dragons. Okay. I promise y'all, I'm gonna try to get back to it. I need to get a schedule. Need to get a schedule, and then I'll get back into it. I'm just back. When I was doing all those shows, I was working from home. My company is back in the building now, so we're hybrid. So I'm in the office 3 days a week. So I can't like do stuff on my lunch like I could before. But I'm a put together a nice schedule and then hopefully I can stick to it. Now don't y'all have me doing all these shows and y'all don't watch it now. Okay, let's see. I finally caught up on. Yes, come watch. I like House of Dragons. I think it's good. Ready for the king to die. He's on his way out. So my goal is to get that up on Sunday because there's nothing else that I have to do Sunday. Because Housewives of Atlanta is over. Yeah, Justin could have been. I haven't even seen Woman King. I'm not doing that with you, Leisha. I was talking about the Wisconsin accent and what Wisconsin accent do we have? I need y'all, and I'm never gonna hear it because I'm here. And so I know the Minnesota accent. Minnesota's just right next door to us. I know the Minnesota accent. Do we sound like the Minnesota people? I need to know. I do House of Dragons. I have recaps up from every episode so far, aside from last week's Sunday. The after party is boring and politically correct. I don't like that the guests. I don't like the guest either. I don't like the guest either. Okay, let me follow y'all back. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here for real. For real, for real. I'm gonna get off of here. Okay. All right, what's up next? I try. I'm telling you, I'm out of school now, so I have more time to do more stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you to everybody that sent the birthday wishes. I appreciate all the happy birthdays. Thank you for all the super thanks, the super chats, the cash apps, the PayPals. I truly, truly appreciate that because y'all do not have to do it. Y'all don't have to do it. But I appreciate all the support with everybody on your way out. Thumbs up the videos. And then hold on, wait a minute. It could be Minnesota because Minnesota, they have a very distinct accent. A very, very distinct accent. But I've been told Wisconsin does too. So I've been told we do too. So I don't know. Thank you. Thank you, Di. Thank y'all for coming. I didn't think it was going to be this many people, but thank you all for coming. We've been on here for 3 hours. All right, let me go in and find something to do. All right, have a good night, everybody. Peace.